I welcome all of you on behalf of Vatana for this webinar series. In this quarter, we were discussing a lot about 21st century skill as that was the theme. This will be the 5th webinar on this series of this quarter. So today we'll be looking at the webinar, Unlocking the Power of Technology in 21st Century Learning. In the past 4 webinars, we talked a lot about what is 21st century skills, what is 21st century learning, and why it is important. Today, we'll exclusively focus how technology plays a major role in it. Let's look at the agenda for today's session. We'll start with an introduction and we'll see the session objectives. Then we'll discuss what is 21st century learning. We'll also look at what are importance and benefits of technology. Then we'll focus on SchoolNet, Junior for School program, and then we'll close the session with the feedback. So before starting the session, I would like to know all about our attendees. So I'll launch a poll. Please select a relevant option. This is to understand the participant profile. So you must got the poll in your screen. There is options like school leader or principal, school coordinator, teacher, third-party solution providers, and others. I'd request all the attendees to please select the relevant option and submit. So as you can see, we have a lot of teachers in today's session, and we have good number of school leaders as well. So again, once again, welcome all of you for today's session. Let's move forward. So in today's session, we have 3 main objectives. The first one is to understand the significance of 21st century learning and its relevance in the current scenario. And to discuss about the importance and benefits of technology, and then to focus on the SchoolNet, a technology design program, its role in shaping 21st century school. So before moving, let's again brush up what is this 21st century learning, right? And we also try to understand why it is important. So this 21st century learning is basically an educational framework which prepares the students for success in today's world, because in today's world, you need a lot of skills to become successful or to reach a particular career or particular position. It majorly focuses on the 21st century skill, as we already discussed in a previous webinar, like critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication. All these things are very essential to thrive in this century. And if you look at why this 21st century learning is currently important, is that it will help the students to prepare for the career. Right? Modern workforce requires modern skills. They have to adapt to the modern skills. They have to get the knowledge of those skills and apply it in their work. And it also helps them to be innovative and build entrepreneurship mindset. It will also help them to engage effectively and have social responsibility. And also, in this digitally connected world, technology is getting updated on daily basis, right? To keep them updated, it is very important to have this skill set. Even NEP 2020 specially mentioned about this 21st century learning and suggested that to include in it in a flexible way and through innovative curriculum. It also emphasizes on the technology that should be used in the education sector, which will help the learning outcome to be better. So, as I said earlier in the agenda, today we'll focus about the role of technology in this 21st century learning. Let's look deep about the importance of 21st century learning, right? So integrating technology helps students to acquire certain skills and competency necessary for this century. Let's look one by one in detail. The first one is access to information. This technology will help student to access to information, right? Which is a very important factor. If student want to conduct a research or want to explore particular topic or want to have certain knowledge on certain subject, this particular technology will help them to get it in handy. So which will help them to get a lot of learnings through these information. Secondly, engagement and motivation of the student, right? Since they're able to understand the subject much better with the help of technology and able to apply it in day-to-day life, this will make the students to engage or participate more in the classroom and also build a lot of confidence around the content or subject. Next is personalized learning. For example, a particular child learned in a particular way, be it audio learner, be it visual learner or kinesthetic learner, right? And they will also have particular pace to learn. So all these things can be made possible through technology. They can learn in their own style, own pace, own time, in their own way. And fourth one is skills and competency. As we mentioned earlier, these technology will help them to build the 21st century skills like critical thinking, creativity, collaboration. All these things can be built through technology or with the help of technology. Next important thing is efficiency and productivity. So if by using a lot of softwares or tools or these digital platforms, teacher can like reduce their manual tasks, like be it administration tasks or preparing the lesson plan or giving homework or assignment. All these can be done with the help of technology so that they can use their time effectively or in an efficient way inside the classroom. Another one is differentiated instruction. As I mentioned earlier, we have different styles of learner in our classroom, right? So it is possible through technology to address all these learners, be it audio or visual or kinesthetic. We have a lot of resources available in online to engage them effectively inside the classroom. And then technological advancement. So in today's fast-pacing, developing digital world, it's very important to update ourselves with the technology, or we should have the uh, skills to update these knowledge in the future as well, right? Which will help us to thrive in our career or thrive in our workforce as well. Most importantly, it is the doorway for global learning opportunity. We can learn from home, learn from any institute or university or any people around the world through technology and have that global cross learning culture as well. And most importantly, it helps to take data driven decision. Education sector requires a lot of data driven decision to be taken, which is possible through technology. So these are some of these importance of technology. Since we talked a lot about importance, let's look at the benefits of technology over a traditional classroom. So for a short time during COVID time, we all got an opportunity to explore online platform, right? Though we are not prepared, though our teachers, our students, our parents were not prepared for the digital classroom, we got an opportunity to understand how technology plays a lot of way or plays a crucial role in the near future as well. Since we got an opportunity to understand with less amount of training or support from our stakeholders, now we are back into our conventional method, right? So where we invite students to the school and we teach them the regular way we used to teach before pandemic. So now that we have two set of scenarios in front of us, let's try to understand what are the advantage or benefit a school can get if they integrate technology over a traditional classroom. So let's look at it in this way, right? Let's understand key focus area one by one and how it would look in traditional classroom, how it may look in technology integrated classroom. The first one is 21st century skills. As we all know, in a traditional classroom, the emphasis or the focus is for completing the syllabus and preparing the students for board exams or any other upcoming exam, because it's completely grade or mark based system we are having, right? And we don't have enough time to give importance to this 21st century skills. Even our textbooks aren't prepared in such a way to enhance the students in 21st century skills. Yes, if you have this technology integrated classroom, what we can expect is that it will empower students with 21st century skills like critical thinking, creativity, communication, by offering a lot of resources through digital, be it games or videos, audios, or cross learning culture. Through all these things, a student can develop 21st century skill easily inside the classroom. And next, if you look at student engagement, classroom participation is limited, right? Because as I said earlier, syllabus completion is the major focus. And teachers have less time because they have other tasks to complete. They have a lot of manual tasks or administrative tasks. So they have less time to be like engaging each and every one in the classroom. And generally, teacher-centric approach is used in the classroom. So if you look at technology integrated classroom, it will be completely student centric approach, and teachers can use a lot of innovative and new pedagogical strategy, use digital games, videos to make sure students are engaged to the maximum and have some fun while learning as well. Third one is flexibility in instruction. Previously, I mentioned there are a lot of different learners are there in our classroom, right? So for one teacher, within the given time, be it 40 minutes or 45 minutes, she'll be focusing on completing syllabus. She cannot like prepare or ensure that each and everyone are learning in their own style. Some for some children, there are audio learners. Some children there are visual learners, right? As a single teacher without any support, she'll not be able to do it inside a classroom. So she will switch on to the rote learning method where memorization are given a lot of importance. But if you look at technology integrated classroom, you can get all the support from technology, right? You have videos, you have audios, you have a lot of projects that can be done through technology, which will support the teacher to prepare the lesson plan effectively and engage all the learners inside the classroom, making sure everyone is learning up to their expectation. Next is parent engagement. From our experience with school in the past year, this is one of the difficult things the school leaders are facing, right? Because they're not sure how to engage parents, because parents are not understanding what role they can play, right? They might be not really educated, or they might be like having some kind of hesitation in supporting their children. They have time barrier, they might go to work, or there might be a communication barrier. A lot of things are there which makes school leader or the school, it's very difficult to engage parent in child's education. So here in technology integrated classroom, there are a lot of software and onlines where you can communicate with the parents effectively. You can share their performance, you can share, track their attendance, you can even track their fee collection, you can even communicate through mobile phone that how they're progressing. If you are having any PTA meeting, you can inform them effectively, or you can share some resources even they are not able to attend. So all these things are possible with respect to technology integrated classroom, where you are giving the chance for the parents to engage more in their children's education. And next one is student enrollment, right? By the end of year, most of the schools will be focusing on a lot of marketing tactics, which is quite similar on year basis, which is like a campaign, right? We do door on door campaign. We'll try to make sure the parent or the students understanding the importance or quality of education in the school, which kind of worked for some school, which kind of didn't work for most of the schools, right? But if you have a technology integrated classroom, that entire technology or digital classroom itself is very appealing, right? For any parent, that setup itself is so appealing, and they immediately trust the organization, that the organization is taking so much of effort in my child's education, ensuring they are successful in the future as well. So why don't I admit, or why don't I admit my children in this particular school? Because they are taking so much of effort, which is relevant for this particular century or the modern world. And then if you look at educational quality, so we all know our curriculum is pretty outdated, right? It is based on 19th century. There is no, apart from the NEP suggestion, so far there is no relevant any kind of importance is given to 21st century learning. There is no scope for new pedagogical tools from the curriculum itself, because it's outdated. Whereas if you have a technology integrated classroom, the quality itself will get upgraded, because you are using innovative teaching methodology. You are addressing each and every child through their own learning styles, and you're improving the learning outcomes, thereby resulting in the better educational quality of the school. And then data driven decision, as I talked earlier, like it data driven decision, why schools are not taking, it's because it involves a lot of manual work, right? You need to collect the data, be it like fee collection, or be attendance, be the progress of students, how engaging the parent are, how much my teacher are like better in the teaching skill. Every data need to be collected manually, and that need to be analyzed, that, and from there you need to take the insights, and then you have to find solution, which involves lot of process, and that's why schools are quite hesitant to do data driven decision as well. But in technology integrated classroom, all the difficult things are made simple because of technology. You have tools to collect data, say any data, right? Be student data, teacher data, parent data, or school data. Any type of data can be collected through technology, and it can be analyzed. You can get insights. But the one thing we have to do is that you have to come up with solution. That's the only thing the school can focus, where all the things are automated or made simple because of technology. Lastly, teacher development, right? In traditional classroom, it's very difficult to give importance for teacher development, because due to a lot of factors like time constraint, and there is they don't have enough resources, or they have a lot of work with respect to administrative, and they don't know where to get training or how to develop themselves, right? But in technology integrated classroom, we have a lot of tools to support the teacher in enhancing the teaching skills. There are a lot of strategy that can be implemented inside the classroom, lot of resources to help them or support them inside the classroom. And they can also collaborate among other teachers, learn from them, make sure they develop professionally. So these are the important benefits of technology when you compare with traditional classroom. So if you look at the broader picture, in traditional classroom, if you reflect by on your own school experience, right? The school leaders tend to face same challenges year on year, and it's very difficult for them to eradicate these challenges because of certain factors, be it like manual work. There are a lot of manual work or administrative tasks that need to be given importance, and the school or the teacher or the school leaders don't have enough time to spend in improving the quality of education or to address the learner's need, right? With the help of technology, all the manual work are made simple. Now the school will have a lot of time, energy, resources to focus on improving the school, like quality of the education or addressing each and every need. Like they can focus on the bigger picture rather than worrying about the small tasks, because these tasks are made simple through technology. So since we talked a lot about importance of technology and benefits, it's very, very important to understand few things before deciding to implement technology in your school, right? You might be very enthusiastic to inculcate technology in your school, but before that, make sure you have answers for all the questions which we are about to see. The first thing which you have to consider while choosing a technology is whether it is relevant for your curriculum, whether it's aligned with your educational goals. You might have a set of mission and vision for your school, whether this particular technology or software is aligned to that, right? Will it serve its purpose, or will it make my school much better than what I expected? The second question is that what about content curation and quality? You should make sure that the quality from which you're offering to a student the content which you're offering your student should be of high class quality. Whether this technology which I'm about to choose is offering good quality of content, and then whether it is suitable for my budget. My school have a different budget for technology, whether this particular technology will be within my budget and whether it is sustainable. These questions you have to ask yourself or with your management. And then whether this technology help me to develop my school infrastructurally strong, because certain technology needs a lot of infrastructure changes, right? Whether I have or my school have that capability to change the infrastructure. Do I get the technical support on time whenever I require? And then whether this particular program, the technological program I'm talking about, will offer teacher training for my teachers, because when you inculcate any new things, it is must that your stakeholders are trained in that. Then then how they'll be quite confident to use that particular program to the maximum. Whether they'll get any kind of training, how the professional development will look like for my teachers. And then pedagogy integration, how these resources or the whatever is there in the technology I'm going to integrate with my existing pedagogy, how the integration will look like. Will it be smooth, or will I have to do a lot of changes in that? And then feedback and assessment. Will this particular program, the technological program, able to give feedback to the students on time? How the feedback will look like? Will it be able to conduct assessment to my students? How the assessment will look like? And then parental communication, right? It's very important to inform your parents that you are taking these kind of initiative for your school through technology, and how this particular program is making sure my parents are engaged in their child's education. And most importantly, when you implement any new thing, you have to make sure the impact is seen. So you have to assess, right? There should be some kind of assessment that this particular program is actually making impact in my school in a positive way. And finally, data privacy and security. All the technology we are talking about collects a lot of data, be it student data, teacher data, school data. It's very, very important that this particular program, the technological program which you are about to choose, has that data privacy and security in place, and it should not overlap. I mean, like it should not we should not compromise with respect to data privacy and security. So you need to like understand these things before choosing any technology, and see how much that particular technology is suitable for your classroom. So now I talked a lot about technology theoretically, right? I talk what is 21st century learning look like, and why it is very, very important. I talked a lot about what and why. Now let's also look at the how part, right? So we have a guest speaker here, Mr. Shashank sir. He's a vice president of GrowthNet at SchoolNet India. He's also co-founder of Genius Learning Labs and was a business head at housing.com. He has completed his bachelor's and master degree from IIT Bombay. He has 10 plus years of experience in technology adoption, product strategies, and management. So here, Shashank sir and we have his team on board. So they will help us to understand how SchoolNet is making difference with respect to 21st century learning, how they're making sure the digital classroom is actually beneficial to the school. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Gayatri. Good evening, everyone. Really excited and happy to be here. First of all, would love to congratulate the Varthana team for doing such an exceptional work in for helping schools manage their financial needs. And not just that, they thousands, like more than tens of thousands of schools Varthana has managed and helped schools with the financial requirements. Not just that, and they have helped like more than 1,000 schools enhance their digital infrastructure in terms of devices, the right kind of content as well. So big kudos to the entire Varthana team. And second, congratulations to all of you who are present here, because you being here shows that you are one of those very few schools who are forward looking, who are actually the theme of this webinar is 21st century school. So a big kudos to you all who very strongly believe that we must be, all of us, all the schools should be 21st century schools. And what are the avenues, what are the things available in the market, in and around us, that we can understand and use within our classrooms for teachers, for students, for parents, and the entire ecosystem that you guys are nurturing. So with that, would love to quickly talk about what exactly is SchoolNet and what are we doing. So very quickly, SchoolNet, we have been in the education industry for more than 25 years now. We have served more than 1 lakh schools, trained more than 1 million teachers, and empowered more than 25 million students. And we are India's largest enabler of futuristic connected classrooms. Futuristic connected classrooms is not just any other digital classroom or smart classroom you would have heard about, where along with the teacher, we also make the futuristic connected classroom also make students an active participant in the learning journey through low cost devices in the classroom. And I will put some visuals and images later in the later part of the presentation so that you can visualize about what I'm saying. But the key point here is, the futuristic connected classroom, the biggest difference is that students are made an active participant, unlike any other digital classroom. Second point, unlike other players, our vision isn't restricted to the classroom. We want to encompass the entire learning journey, which happens inside the school and even after school, providing school and after school sync. So internally, we call it as SAS, school and after school sync, and spearheading the SAS revolution through an ecosystem of teacher and student apps, which teachers use inside the classroom, students use outside the school, maybe at home, and the content that flows in this ecosystem, all the examples, the explanations, the introductions of concept, everything related to the curriculum is 100% NEP aligned. When I say NEP aligned, what do I mean by it? It has links with real world. It is based on an interest of a child, and it is skill based. So in the next few slides, we'll go deeper into that. And with all of this, we have empowered, as I earlier also said, we have empowered more than 1 lakh schools. Last but not the least, it is our core promise that Gayatri also mentioned that teacher upskilling, teacher development, most of the time gets neglected. We are the only company in the entire country whose core promise is that no teacher will be left behind. And we have already trained 1 million plus teachers on 21st century skills, NEP aligned classrooms, and we are just getting started. So with that, let me, Gayatri, if you could go to the previous slide, let me just quickly show you a small video. Maybe I will share this. I'll present my screen and I'll share the video. Gayatri, can you let me know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
An all-in-one single plug and play portable EdTech device designed to make teaching learning rich, engaging, and efficient. It provides future-ready virtual classroom with its versatile design, which provides global resources by giving access to a wide library of educational resources.
So now, coming to the next part, as I was talking about these futuristic connected classrooms enabling the school and after school sync. So let me just quickly talk about how that works. So you have already seen one of the devices, which is, again, we'll talk about it after a few slides. It enables a computer, projector, interactive board, converts any wall into an interactive board, all in one, and is portable, can be even installed on a ceiling. That enables the digital infrastructure inside the classroom. Now, how does it make it a futuristic connected classroom? The next is, in any other digital classroom, it is only the teacher who is presenting or who's interacting with the content, right? We have gone a step further, and we have ensured that while a teacher is teaching, every student can actively participate inside the classroom through a very low cost device that we call as a clicker, what you are seeing here. And the best part about this is that teachers get real time insights. Imagine if I were a teacher and you all were my students, right? And if I had to take a quick test about if I've taught you something for the last 5 minutes, I can quickly get to know that how many of you have actually understood the concept versus how many of you have not understood the concept. Not just this. Am I audible? There is, I think, yeah. Can you give me some bit of feedback?
You're audible, Shashank.
Okay, thank you. Actually, there was an internet error on my uh, screen. Anyways, coming back, so we have classroom devices, which is Kian, panels, how are the students understanding or not. So we'll also show you a video of how that futuristic connected classroom works. What is that? One of the biggest problems in the education space is that we spend so much amount of time inside the school making sure that children learn something, and when they go at home they buy some other product, they go to some tuitions. We cannot stop them, but that also distracts the student. So what we want is that the school should be readily available to the child at home as well. So all the content that was provided to children inside the classroom is made available to them at home. And the biggest advantage, Gayatri was also talking about, teachers spend so much of administrative time, creating homework, assigning homework, creating lesson plans. And I have personally been a teacher as well. It's one of the toughest tasks to create lesson plans and keep on iterating it every year as per the, if you really want to be NEP aligned and incorporate real world examples into it. So what happens is the entire curriculum that we have built, one, it is NEP aligned. Two, it is skill based. And three, all the examples, all the contexts that we have are real world. So let me just divert a bit and talk about, academics. While I was also growing up, academics was not my first love. I happened to be sincere about IIT JEE when I was in my grade 12. But before that, all I wanted was to play basketball, play football, watch movies, watch cartoons. And these days that is even more, it has only exaggerated from what it was 20 years ago with advancements of Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everything. And in such a scenario, it is very difficult for a teacher to grab the attention of a child. She was talking about a lot of content or curriculum is still 19th century. And yes, I'm sure many of you would have be using books which still say that Savita's mother's age is 5 times her age today. 10 years down the line she'll be 3 times her age. What is Savita's age and what is her mother's age? This is so irrelevant for any child in this age. There are so many other ways that we can use to teach the same concept. So coming about talking about the real world, so the entire curriculum is like this. And the best part, teachers can assign this homework within minutes. You create homework, assign it, and it gets auto evaluated. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to eliminate the unproductive time that goes into administrative tasks for teachers. And every week you spend like 5 to 6 hours thinking about homework, what to give, then correcting it. All of that we have removed, and we'll show you in the demo how. And then the story is not over yet. And once the students have completed their homework, our AI engine, artificial intelligence engine, ensures that when the homework is completed, it identifies the weak areas for every student and gives them their personalized practice session so that they can, even outside school, get better by themselves. And all this data is then sent back to the teachers on their dashboard, and we'll show that to you as well. But let me just go to the next thing. We have like more than thousands of curriculum aligned real world examples, ready lesson plans. We have instant homework creation. within 2 minutes, you will be able to create your homework. And smart analytics, what she was also talking about, data-driven decisions inside schools and classrooms. We provide smart analytics and smart teaching tools to students. So in this AI-powered ecosystem, this is a glimpse of the Genio Teacher app, a glimpse of student app. Students can supercharge their learning with thousands of engaging lessons completely aligned to whatever curriculum you are using inside the school. Homework submission doing is very easy for students, and they also get to see their own progress, which is their academic story, and they can also do personalized practice. So with this, would love to kind of pass it on right now to my co-founder and my friend Ruturaj, who is also here on the call, and take you through a quick demo of how this futuristic connected classroom, which ensures school and after school sync, works. Ruturaj, over to you.
Thank you, Shashank. Nice to meet everybody. I will just share my screen to give a product demonstration of the connected system of teacher application and student application that empower this futuristic connected classroom that Shashank just talked about. So I will share my screen. Let me know once you're able to see. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Perfect. So we will start with the teacher application, and we will go through a day in the life of a teacher and see how this application will help in different aspects of the teacher's journey. The goal of this teacher product when we were building this, it was to simplify the most essential steps of a teacher's daily routine, which, like Shashank mentioned, is having access to the best quality lesson plans readily available, and being able to create and assign homeworks, manage homeworks within minutes, right? So if you look at the top, the core actions that we want the teacher to use this product for are listed at the top. So you have teach, you have new homework, manage whatever homeworks you have, and analyze your students' performance. All of this at the click of a single button. And as I start teaching, I will start getting recommendations for the next lesson plans that I have to cover as well. All right. So even from a design point of view, if you look at how the application is designed, the goal for us is to keep it very, very simple. We want our technology to become friends of the teacher, and we believe that teacher and technology together create the real magic. The teacher is the hero when it comes to education, and the technology is like the cool gadgets that superheroes like Batman use to make their powers even more better. So we have so I will just show like, let's say the teacher enters into a classroom. She wants to teach something today. The teacher is already mapped to the classes that the teacher takes up. So let's say I'm stepping into 8A science today. I will click on 8A science. All the chapters are loaded over here. So you will see that basis whatever textbook you are using, the chapters will be mapped accordingly. So we have, let's say I'm doing force and pressure today, and this is basis the CBSE or NCERT textbook, what you're seeing right now. For every chapter, I have some chapter level resources, which include revisions, which include competency based questions, which include end of chapter formative assessment, higher order thinking skills, competitive exam preparation, etc. So these are the sections that will be there at a chapter level. These are generally things that take into account the entire knowledge of the chapter. Whereas on the left side, you will see that you have different topics. Again, these topics are broken down as per the textbook. So if I take the first one, which is force, a push or pull, and you see on the left side, I have some ready-made lesson plans. These are ready-to-use lesson plans, so the teacher can just step into the class and just click on a lesson plan and get going. And on the right side, you have teaching resources, which are broken down across different categories, as you can see over here. And these categories follow an 8-step scientific pedagogy, very similar to the lesson plans. Also, you will see follow the same structure. But here the teacher has the option to pick up a resource based on whatever teaching need they have in the class today. If I have already taught a particular topic, I can directly go to a solved example or a practice. If I just want to revise, those modules are available for me. I want to conduct an activity, that is over here. But the lesson plan, as you will see, will follow an 8-step pedagogy that we have, which begins with a hook. Hook is something, the name comes from the fact that it is designed to hook students' attentions and get them interested into the concept. Once you have them interested with some exciting examples that connect the concept to the real world, it moves on to the explanation, which covers formally all the aspects of the concept, all the learning outcomes that are there in this particular topic. Then it moves to solved examples, where the teacher is demonstrating how this concept applies in different situations, followed by practice, where now students get the chance to play around with the concept, and the teacher gets the opportunity to check whether students have actually understood things or not. In the connected classroom experience that Shashank mentioned, where students have these remote clickers in their hand and they can enter their responses real time during the class, the teacher will get analytics within the class itself, basis which the teacher can decide whether they want to spend more time on the concept if students have not understood. But if they have understood, the teacher can quickly move forward to the next concept. Right after practice, you have revision and then activity, which takes learning even further to the application and analysis levels of Bloom's taxonomy, and essentially completes the entire learning loop of that concept. So this is how our all our teaching resources are arranged, and you can explore whatever is best for your use case, or you can just simply use the ready-to-use lesson plan that we have. So you click on this lesson plan, and in one step, you will be able to conduct a world-class classroom experience by using this lesson plan. So let's say I start with the teaching flow, and this begins with a hook, which talks about the force of Kohli. And in this exciting video, we will learn how force was used by Virat Kohli, to hit the huge sixes that he hits. So I'm just going to go ahead and play a part of this video to give you a flavor of how the content on this application. Right. So since you couldn't hear the audio, I will just explain what the structure of the video was. So it begins with an interesting example, and we are talking about how when Virat Kohli hits a six, there is an interaction that happens between the bat and the ball, and that interaction is, force arises because of this interaction between two objects, and that is what force can. That is how a force arises, and it can be either in the form of a push or a pull. So different examples are given. One is of football, one is of tug of war or pulling a cart, etc. So different examples, very real world based examples that students can quickly relate to, are used for this concept. When you move forward, now there is a small activity that can be conducted into the class, and this is again in lines with the NEP, where we believe that education should not just be the teacher giving a one-way discourse of information, but how can we involve students, active participation from students into the process. So the teacher has been given some prompts, and this is a table where different actions are put over here, and students in their notebooks will have to write down whether it's a push or pull. So these are prompts given to the teacher so they can easily follow the lesson plan as per their comfort. So you move forward, the answers are given. So after the hook, you have a small activity, and then there is a small, short practice that will come over here. So these questions are appearing over here. Either the teacher can solve it as one class in front of everyone, or in the connected classroom experience, every student can input their responses, and teacher will get to see in real time whether the answer is correct, how many students got it correct, how many students got it wrong. For each question, you will have the correct answers mentioned along with some short explanation of the concept. So this is how a lesson plan goes. I'm just going to go next for now. And now you have a summary video. After the explanation part was covered, you have a summary video, and then you move on to other aspects. So you can always anytime go back to the lesson plan. You can see how the flow of the lesson plan is. If there are certain things you want to change within this, you can reorder, you can replace this hook with a different hook, or you can put in another explanation over here. So we have some edit options that we give to the teachers as well. The idea is that even the ready-to-use lesson plan will ensure that your class is of a world-class experience. But if teachers are interested in putting their own knowledge and modifying the lesson plan according to their own understanding of students, we provide that as well. The next feature that I want to show you is the homework feature. So as soon as the teacher has completed a class, they can go to the homework section. So I am looking at the same topic over here, and there is a create homework panel that I have, a very easy to use panel. Again, within 2 minutes, as I said, teachers can create a homework of their choice. All that I have to do is select some easy questions, some medium questions, some hard question. So basis the difficulty level and the number of questions and the time that I want this homework to last for, I will just use this panel to configure basis my needs, and I can just click on create, and there you go. A homework has already been created with certain questions that are there. I can go ahead and add more questions from the question bank. We have an entire search library over here. So the entire question bank of overall we have 50,000 plus questions. So you can say more than 60 questions per topic that we have, right? So around 200 250 questions per chapter. So it's a very rich question bank that teachers have access to, and they can directly add from question bank over here, or they can simply click proceed. There are other editing options available over here, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to go ahead and proceed. I enter a homework name. So today is 16th September. So let me put it like this. There's a automatic daily reminder that the students will get at a pre-specified time, and the end date, start date have all been entered by default. If you want, you can go ahead and change it, or you can just go ahead and click assign, and that's it. Within a few clicks, a homework has been assigned. All of these questions are mapped to the skills and the learning outcomes. So whenever students answer these questions, the teacher is all the questions are also auto evaluated. So the teacher is going to get instant analytics and understanding about their class in real time when students undergo these homework. So in just a few clicks, the teacher is able to create and assign homeworks. Now I will go to the student side now. So this is now what you see is the student side. So you have learn, homework, and performance as the three core features and the three core actions of this student side. And you can already see that an active homework has been assigned. The homework 16 September that I mentioned has already been assigned over here. There are 7 hours remaining, and I haven't, as a student, my name is Arjun Reddy, and I haven't yet submitted this homework. So I can just click on this, start the homework. It will ask me questions. I will just pick my answers. Oh, I answered too fast. So it is telling me slow down, speed racer. I'm making silly mistakes apparently. Right. So I will just, okay. So this one I got correct. So we have put these memes and interest-based things to make learning not only relevant to the real world, but also make it fun for students, which encourages them to do the homework and have fun while doing it. Now I've already submitted the homework, but my score is only 33.3 and I have an option to reattempt. So this is an option which encourages repeated practice from students. We have realized from our data when we do analytics on how students use this app, the students, because they want to improve their score, they will generally reattempt the set of questions 2 to 3 times. We are not telling them which question they got correct, which question they got incorrect. So if they feel that, okay, shayad question 2, maybe in question 2, I had to select true and not false, I will go back to question 2, I will reattempt it, and I can do that till the deadline. Whatever is my latest submission will be considered as my submission. So a reattempt feature is there. It encourages repeated practice, which is proven to have better results in terms of learning outcomes. So we use these gamification strategies to make students become active participants in their learning journey. Now, because this is something that the student is doing at a personalized level at home, basis how the student has answered these questions, we are also giving some recommended resources. So basis my answers over here, do I need to go for an explanation, or do I need to go and do some project or activity, or do I need to just do some more of practice, right? So the recommended resources, this is an AI generated personalized list, which will be unique to every student basis how they are attempting the homeworks. So we've taken an activity which is part of the teaching learning process, which is the homework, and we have made it so smart and intelligent and personalized for every student. Now, as I have answered this homework, going back to the teacher side, right, I will already be able to see that, some students have, Arjun has answered this homework and has scored 33%. I can go down to a question level and see what Arjun has done correctly or incorrectly, right? I can go back, and similarly, I get these analytics for all the students. And this was just one homework, but when you put, multiple homeworks together, and, you take, when this is happening and at a regular pace, you can just go to the analysis to see how my overall class is performing. So if I click on 8A Science, I can see that overall the class is at a level of 51%. The student Arjun is at a level of 61%. I can go into the student, and each chapter wise, I can see how this student is performing. I can go to force and pressure, and within force and pressure also, I know what are the strong areas of Arjun, what are the weak areas of Arjun. So when there are like parent teacher meetings happening and the parent wants an understanding of how their student is performing, you can go down to the finest level of detail, as well as at an overall aggregation level. This is like a digital report card of the students' performance. You can go back, and you can also see at an overall class level. So how is 8A Science overall performing? I can go down to chapter score, and in a similar format, I will see how the overall class is performing. So I can see that in 8.3 and 8.6, my class is doing fairly well. But in 8.8, the class is in a red zone. So if I'm, as a teacher, wanting to take revisions and wanting to conduct some remedial learning classes, I know that I don't need to focus on 8.3 and 8.6, but I need to focus on 8.8. So in this way, we bring in a lot of efficiency into the learning process. Sorry, was my tab not visible?
It is visible.
It's visible, right?
Yes.
Right. So for 8A Science, if I want to conduct remedial classes, I already know that I don't need to cover 8.3 and 8.6. I can just cover 8.8. And in this way, we bring in a lot of efficiency into the system, which makes syllabus completion also more optimized, because the teacher is empowered with data on what students have understood and what students have not understood. So all of this, summarizing all that we saw in the product demo today, we bring in connected classroom experience, which not only elevates the experience within the classroom using the teacher application, the ready to use lesson plan, curriculum mapped NEP aligned content, which is based on real world skill based interest. We also engage active student participation within the classroom, where students are able to interact and the learning continues, not just in school, but it continues when students go back home after school as well. And whatever activity they do after school feeds back into the analytics engine and optimizes the next class experience through data that the teacher is having access to. So yeah, that's it from my side. Back to you, Shashank.
Thanks a lot, Ruturaj. Let me just quickly share my screen once again. And so, is my screen visible?
Yes, Shashank.
Great. So, would love to quickly reiterate on what Ruturaj just shared. See, the content that is flowing in this school after school sync on the teacher app and the student app, that is the most critical part of I would say bringing the transformation for a 21st century school. All the interesting real world examples are contextualized to every concept. There's a huge repository of more than 2000 plus teaching resources, 50,000 plus question banks. There's skill based practice to develop critical thinking and competency in students. And the best part of this, all this is mapped to the chapters of your textbook. So you don't have to worry about anything at all. You just need to tell the name of the book and everything will be customized as per your books. To the next, we offer all subjects: math, science, English, grammar, literature, social science, more than 400 chapters, 1000 plus topics, 1500 plus lesson plans, and the scientific 8-step pedagogy that we use, which is 100% NEP 2020 aligned resources for all teaching and learning needs. One is the hook, which Ruturaj showed in form of Virat Kohli taking that shot. So force, explanation. We also understand the importance of activity. So majority of wherever it is applicable, we put in activities in place. There's practice for students, there's revision, there are assessments for teachers, there are solved examples, and then there is competency building. If you would want separately, we can send our representatives at your school and we can discuss about coding, AR content, and we don't just stop there. We even have virtual labs. We understand how difficult and how traumatizing sometimes it is to manage labs. So what we have done is we have put all the lab content digitally, and you can use that on our hardware and conduct a virtual lab within the classroom. Because of time constraint today, we are not going deep into it, but would love to show it to you when we actually step into your school. With this, coming back to the most teacher friendly classroom device ever created, very proud to share that this is made in India, built in my own college in IIT Bombay, manufactured in India in Panvel, which is near Mumbai, and sold globally, not just in India but globally. It's an all-in-one computer that has digitally transformed more than 5 lakh classrooms. With this, would love to show you a small video. Srinath, do you want to put commentary behind?
Absolutely. Thank you so much,
Please
Shashank.
welcome Srinath. He is our lead nationally and takes care of growth pan India. So he would love to share more on Kian.
Thank you so much, Shashank and Rituraj, for reiterating the vision of SchoolNet, that how we can transform the 21st century schools. So basically, the device what you're seeing right now on your screen, this is our, as Shashank mentioned, that this is completely made in India. When we talk about a conventional digital classroom scenario, there was a projector, right? There was a computer which was attached with that projector. There was speakers and there was a smart board. At some of the places, there was just a projector which was showing the audiovisual content or the content which you're playing on the screen. What we did in collaboration with IIT Mumbai, we collaborated and got this device in place, which is named as KYAN. So K stands for knowledge and YAN means vehicle, because this is a portable digital learning solution. As you can see on the screen, this has got all the capabilities of digital classroom. It has got an inbuilt high-end projection system which can convert any wall into a smartboard. It has got inbuilt interactivity. We provide you these stylus through which you can do annotation, or you can perform all the touch-based interactivity on any of the surface. Like as you can see, one of our representative is doing on the bowl itself. It has got inbuilt speakers. High-end computer I have mentioned, it has got capability of i3, i5 processor, and you can move it from one class to another, and it has got the capabilities whatever is required by a teacher, like 4 lines, graphs, even what is required in terms of, like, you can see there's a cursive writing. So for junior section, this is a pain point wherein a teacher needs to tell them that they need to write between these 2 lines, right? The 4 line concept, it is very much easily, a teacher can do it in the classroom without any pain, without wasting much time, because we understand the need of digital tools is to save our time, to give a better concept clarity. And as we all know, there are 3 types of learner: kinesthetic, audio visual, auditory learners, and the visual learners. This is something which can be of use for all of these schools. And right now we are working with more than 45,000 schools. And since Ashank was telling us that we are exporting this solution in our 16 other countries right now. So some parts of Middle East, Africa, they are using our solution, which I am very proud to tell you, this is completely made in India. So you can see a teacher can make any sort of shapes, they can make it. So herein the concept comes when it is all about digital. How we can use digital tools in the classroom. We have incubated every feature right over here, so that you can make a class more interactive, right? And interaction comes with when there's an interaction from the teachers, and we ask a student to interact. That is a proper, I would say, a meaning of interactivity. That is what we have done here. Even all the diagrams, whatever a teacher is required while teaching, this has been incubated right over here. Because if we'll talk about this diagram, digestive system, being very honest, this will take around 15-20 minutes for a teacher to draw, but this is all preloaded. So a teacher is saving 20 minutes in the classroom, and a standard output is being provided to the student, right? It comes with inbuilt interactivity. At the same time, it has got an inbuilt computer. So if a teacher is carrying their pen drives, they can plug in the pen drives and they can play their own content. And this is the content deck, what you can see on the screen right now. All the things are aligned as per new education policy, interactive. All the things can be accessed over the, I would say, the best part, offline, even online. And this is the part of the virtual experiment. So what we were talking about, as per the recent studies, out of 365 days in a year, there's only 172 days of teaching this year, right? All goes for holidays or exam conduction or for any of the functions, right? So it's impossible for you to take students on a daily basis to the labs. But if in case we bring labs to your classroom, it will make sense, right? And it will enhance the more, I would say, effective teaching learning process. So that we have done here through our KIAN. And I think with Varthana, we have digitized more than 600 schools with KIAN, and there are active users. We have got a good feedback in that sense. You can have it portably also, and even if you want to use it, initially when we showed, you can mount this also in the classroom, so that every classroom has got one KIAN and every classroom get the access of all the digital aids. Just to add, this is not just a hardware solution, or I would say just a digital classroom solution. I believe everyone has heard about panels, interactive flat panels. Since technology is evolving, something of this sort, which is called as panels, has also come into the market. We, as we have told, we are the OEMs, original equipment manufacturers. We also provide panels to the schools. And this is our latest offering. This is called a TFT, which is like a LED TV, which comes in the size of 65 inches, 75 inches, and 86 inches. And this is touch based, wherein a teacher can use it with her fingers or his fingers, and it has got 40 touch points like this. This is our panel. You can see this is a touch. This is one of our representative. And this is a 4K video. So the picture quality is 4K, which is super HD. It has got inbuilt speakers like our Kian, inbuilt interactivity. And for this, we need to have an OPS, which is a small CPU sort of, which resides on the back of the panel. So you can use it in the classroom, just like a TFT. But if you'll ask me, panel or Kian, I would, since both are our babies, so I'll recommend a Kian because that has got multiple uses. But panel is something which is coming new and which is being adopted by the schools. We can definitely look for both the options if you're aware. If you can see, this is one of the very good examples wherein we are telling about a human anatomy, and a teacher can make that 3D view to the students in the classroom. This is a 75-inch panel which you're seeing on the screen. Now we switch to a PC, and all the capabilities of a CPU can be worked upon on the screen itself. This is not portable. This will be in one of your classrooms. Kian can be portable. So it depends on the school that in what way you want to have any of the digital classroom. But as per the market, we have everything. And it's not just in hardware. With the content what you have seen earlier, I think a good amalgamation of a content and a software will make a more class productive and meaningful for the students and for the teachers. That is what we believe in.
So, Srinath, while we have covered broad offerings, maybe it's a good time for us to, invite the people who have not only placed trust on us, but also beneficiary of the solutions that we have provided and very happy with it.
Right. So we have Sanjay sir from Myers IT School, Pune, and we have Shilpi Tyagi ma'am from St. Joseph School, Delhi. So
Okay, yeah. Hi, it's like good evening, everyone. So, I was attending the session since 4 o'clock, and I found it actually we are using it in our school since maybe 5 years. This Kian, and after using Kian, it has enhanced the learning experiences, and it has definitely made our classroom environment interactive and engaging. And our teachers, they are providing the assessments and the worksheets, and when you show it to the class, then and there itself you can just make out whether your children are getting the concepts, they are understanding or not, if they want something else. So we are really finding it very beneficial. And look, when you start with anything, no, then there are certain fears. When we started with the Kyan, so there were certain fears which you need to overcome, and when things start falling into place, then you start enjoying. So this is what exactly happened with us, with our teachers actually. And now if you ask them, it's all Kyan everywhere. And as this has made their teaching learning so interesting, and we all actually are now in love with Kyan. And of course we it is enhancing the students attention and participation also. We all know the impact of visuals, right? So with the related videos which we get related to the content, we get all the children, we can get them engaged, and find it really interesting, which they start with any, when we start with any quiz or assessment, so they also start enjoying. It is like teaching learning process made so interesting, and every child can participate, they can be engaged in the class. And we are also happy and satisfied that yes, we are giving 100% because our children are making 10 on 10 full out of whatever we are sharing with them, our experiences, our learning, and with the technology. So and for one more thing I wanted to state, that when we started with this Kian in our school, there was a certain lack of exposure, right? I mean, lack of technology exposure, if you say, because maximum of our staff is they are senior educators, so some basic trainings and it was the concern. So we had really we actually had a fear of failure in the starting. Then we underwent many integration and training sessions to become well versed with what is going on, what's new, and what is advantageous for all of us. So, and this Schoolnet has provided a good range of learning services, and these services have really helped us to transform our classroom environment. And they are really increasing the efficiency of our teaching and learning process, because the entire content is curriculum aligned, and it is interactive. So I really want to appreciate SchoolNet, Kian, the people who are there with who are in the team. Whatever services, whatever sessions they have, trainings they have provided to our staff, to our school. We actually are really happy to have Kian in our school.
Thanks a lot, Shilpi ma'am, for your kind and supportive words. We look forward to keep continuing the good work that we do together in the school.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
thank you so much, Shilpi ma'am. So for
Thank you.
everyone,
Thank you.
yeah. So initially we started up with few of the Kyans in the school. Then right now in all the 41 classrooms, we have the Kyan installed in St. Joseph School, Delhi. And Shilpi ma'am is like one of the active users, and with her insights like about how we can make it more efficient, how exactly we can work with the teachers. So she's always been there to support us, and now things are flawless. So it always takes time, but gradually, slowly and gradually, now we are at that stage wherein it's flawless. So thank you so much, Shilpi ma'am.
Most welcome, sir. Most welcome.
I'll also like to invite Sanjay sir. Sanjay sir, if you can hear me.
Srinath sir, I would recommend we can go ahead. Whenever he is able to talk, he can share his experience.
Sure, sure. I'll just check with him. Meanwhile, we can continue the flow. Shank,
Okay,
over to you.
sure. So, with everything that we were talking about, as I said about the futuristic connected classroom, there is one way to enable interactivity, and that is, can students actively participate inside the classroom? And there are different ways. Different schools go for different solutions. A school which is a bit high end might go for a Chromebook or a tablet, which will ensure that every student can real time join inside the classroom and actively answer. Just like you all would have seen Kaun Banega Karodpati, right? And when there is an audience poll on any question, you get to see how many people have got it wrong, how many people have got it right. So we can do this with clickers also. These are exactly not same, but on a similar theme, built in-house clickers, and we'll quickly show you how this works inside a school. Though this is not an example of a clicker, but this is an example of where we have given our panels and we have given our tablets as well. So quickly playing this video for you all. I love the way the teacher, stares at Siddharth. That where are you? I think Sanjay Sagar sir is here.
Am I
Sir, please
audible?
go. Yes,
Yes,
please
sir,
go
you
ahead.
are audible.
Yes, sorry for interruption. So, may I know the question, ma'am asked?
Sir, the idea is just if you could share your experience of using the products and services that we have.
Yes, definitely. Yes. So, in short, I would say my experience is really good. Okay. We are using KN machine from last 4 or 5 months. Okay. So, previous school where I was working, I got introduced with the KN machine there. Okay. In that school. So when I switched to this school, so immediately I requested my management to uh, get introduced with a KN machine. So I'll share few of the points. Okay, so our school is basically a branch of Myri MIT Pune. Okay, but we are located in rural part. Okay, at southern part of Maharashtra. Okay, and it is completely rural part. So it was actually it was a really difficult task for us to uh, to switch from a regular conventional mode to traditional, because it is basically it is a rural part. Okay, and our school was running previously with a conventional method, and the technology part was, or the technology only known to our parents was only a flat panel where or a projector. That was only thing. Okay, so the KN machine has made our life very simple, because switching our students as well as teachers from conventional method to this 21st learning new or 21st century technologies. Okay, or basically switching from conventional to new technology, KN machine made it very simple. And now students are very habitual and very friendly with the our KN machine. So in 2-3 points, I'll share my experience. Okay, so KN machine is basically made us a flexible and accessible learning, because it is portable. You can take it to anywhere. And ours is a residential school, so when we have holidays or when we have free time, we just take it to hostel and we start learning. And we have, because other equipments or other technologies need a 24/7 a good accessible internet. Okay, but it is offline content, 24/7 available content, so we can start teaching learning process anywhere at any position. So that is the best thing which I found in KN. Okay, it works as a content provider. It works as a projector. It is a computer. So it is a multitasking machine. Okay, and which made our life very simple. Okay, and as a teacher, I see okay that it is uh, uh, it is very helpful, because as I teach physics. Okay, so making that concept easy. Okay, so sometime back Ruturaj sir was explaining force or hook or kick, that concept. Okay, so giving real time examples or making that concept easy, because like few of the subjects like social science or social studies or physics, they don't have real time examples. Okay, so KN helped us to um, make that teaching learning process very easy. So basically KN machine made us to switch from conventional method to new technology very easy.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for your kind words and your support, sir. And we hope that we continue to support you and help in any ways possible and continue serving your school. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
So, I'll just quickly jump back to when I was showing about the connected classroom. I think the audio is not available, but let me just share one interesting thing with you, that if you pay attention on the right side, over here on the teacher device, teacher can see real-time analytics of the questions that she is asking. So 6 people have attempted, the average score is 33%, and the average time taken is 23 seconds. And she also gets to see inside that Astha solved too fast and made a silly mistake. ask her to explain the answer. So she can actually interact with each one of the student, and she can decide if 90% of the class has understood, then she can move forward. If 90% of the class has not understood, then she needs to maybe reiterate it once again. And I think we can would love to show you a physical demo of this when we meet you all in your school. And last but not the least, I think Shilpi ma'am also highlighted about the support that is needed to bring a transformation from that time when everyone is a bit fearful of adopting something new. So, as I said early on in my presentation, our core promise is that no teacher will be left behind, and we ensure a very rigorous teacher training program, not just a product orientation, but the idea is to create a genius teacher inside every teacher, and that's why we call it genius teacher training. And it simply empowers your teacher with our transformative capacity building. We help teachers with NEP aligned, how to conduct an NEP aligned classroom, what are the 21st century skills, how can they go about, how can they be essentially a better teacher, and how can they utilize the maximum of their potential inside the classroom. Quick idea of, once we have decided to work together, the onboarding, training, adoption, a dedicated post sales supports. And see, we all of us are in business, and we also want to keep serving all of you for the next 100 years. And why would you work with us for 100 years? Only if we provide you a great service. So we are very clear on that. There is a 14-stage funnel on which we have our servicing. We typically, this is when we say, when we have done a classroom implementation, student induction, and homework implementation, that is when we say that we have actually onboarded one school. And then we also help schools in conducting parent inductions. We do frequent feedback collection from teachers. Again, some of our many happy clients, we are very happy that Shilpi ma'am, Sagar sir could make to this webinar today. But we have many more very happy clients. This is just a small list, and a small glimpse of feedback from school. Almost all schools use our products on a daily or at least a weekly basis. Majority of the teachers feel that they have improved effectiveness in their teaching learning practice. On an average, majority of the teachers use this at least 15 to 20 or 30 minutes and more than 30 minutes inside their classroom. And on a scale of satisfaction, I am very happy to say that majority of our schools feel very happy with us, and all the schools who have given us 3 or 4, they constantly guide us on how can we become better every day and keep serving you more and more every day. Quick summary of everything that we have discussed so far. We have a very strong vision. We want to be able to help more than 1,000 schools grow from a small school to a large school. And we are confident that if we help you to become a big school or a large school chain from where we are today, we will definitely be in good business. And for this, we have a 4-layered offering. One, you saw the devices, Kian, panel, tablets, Chromebooks, clickers. Then we have software. Ruturaj showed you the teacher application, the student application. Then you also saw the content, right? The AI powered ecosystem and real world skills aligned curriculum with school and after school sync. And last but not the least, again, services. NEP and 21st century skill aligned teacher training for you all. With that, I would like to conclude my presentation and hand it over back to Gayatri. And then, me, Ruturaj, Srinath are very happy to take any questions that you all have. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Shashank, sir, Vitraj, and Srinath for helping us to understand how futuristic classroom looks like and what are the difference your team is making on the ground. And thank you, Shilpi ma'am and Sanjay sir, for sharing your experience on using the program. I'll quickly share my screen. So we are about to look at the summary. So far we have seen like how much incorporating technology plays a major role in empowering students the 21st century skill, and not just that, incorporating technology in a classroom supports student enrollment, engagement, and it also helps to facilitate teacher growth and also make school upholding the quality of education by making data informed decision. We also saw how SchoolNet is offering a holistic learning solution for all the stakeholders, making sure it by combining technological infrastructure with the learning resources and how to develop the professional development of the teacher. So yeah, so I've just opened the floor for any question the audience or participant might have with regard to the program, product, or anything with respect to the session. Meanwhile, I'd like to share a feedback form with all of you. So please fill the feedback form. This feedback form will help us to make the session much more better. Also, it will help us to circulate the participation certificate for the attendees. Share the feedback form in the chat box. Please, if you have any questions, either you can raise your hand, I'll unmute from my end, or you can put it in the chat box or Q&A session.
Gayatri, if you could share that, we will be sharing the logins with everyone so that they can have a demo look at the demo product for teacher and student app.
Awesome. So post this webinar, you will be receiving all the handouts with respect to webinar, and also you'll be receiving a demo IDs both for teachers as well as students. So I'll just show the page how it will look like. So this is how the teacher page will look like. You have to enter the username and password, which we will share from our end. Post the webinar, you can log in and check how the app looks like and how much it will be helpful for you to establish the digital classroom. And you can also, similarly, we have the similar platform for student as well. All these details will be shared with you along with the handout. So please ensure to fill the feedback form so that we can reach out to you if you have any other clarifications or questions in need.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
This is Jansi Rani, Principal of New St. Maria, and I'm the existing customer of your Vartana and using Unlock program also for the past 3 years. I'm highly and grateful to your Vartana team and all. And this Keon also, I'm very much interested. If you send any one of your executive for training us, that would be very fine. Because before the, I need one more this thing. Already I have taken, but we do not know how to use it. Is lying like that only before lockdown, which I have purchased in the year 2019, January, March, May, this lockdown has come. So 2020 March lockdown has come and I couldn't use it. So one more can for the primary block and one more for the high school I needed. At the same time, I need the demo from the efficient people who can train the teachers. Just it is lying over in the what is in the computer room. So I request, it's my humble request to you, please send any one of your person who can train the teachers. And at the same time, I would like to have one more because after seeing the demo, really it is very much useful where the children, what is experiential learning, and we can track the students learning enhancement, everything will be. So that is what I could understand. Beautiful presentation. So if you please send any one of your people to give the demo, and at the same time I would like to place the order for the another Keon. That is what my humble request. Thank you.
Sir, would you like to take up this? Thank you so much for participating in this webinar. Shashank sir will guide you on this, sir, please.
Raj here, definitely. If we can get connected, and we will organize the training sessions as well as any requirement that you have basis additional KIANs required can definitely be taken up. We'll be more than
After
happy.
seeing the demo, I felt so happy, sir, because this much knowledgeable and technology content when we have, it is really live.
Yes. No. Thank you so much for your kind words, ma'am, and we'll be more than happy to support you in this journey of transforming your school and education for teachers as well as students.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
The questions anyone has with respect to the program or product or anything you want to clarify with the team, please feel free to ask right now.
One more thing, ma'am, this Vartana Unlock program I placed the order. So far, I didn't receive. So if you just look into that, that would be very fine, because the Unlock program still it is going on, which you people have introduced during lockdown. So children are enjoying. That is, the questions are really thought provoking, and we can give those questions during Vinayak Chaturthi, what is Dasara festival, Diwali festival. We can give them as home fun. So if you look into that matter, that would be very fine, I think.
Thank you so much, first of all, for using the Unlock program efficiently. Our team will get in touch with you shortly on this one. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Everyone, please fill the feedback form to get the participation certificate. So if you don't have any question, we'll close the session for the day. So thank you everyone for participating in this session, and thank you Genio team, Kayan team, Shashank sir, Rituraj sir, and Srinath sir, sharing your experience with all of us. So one request from my end for all the participants is that these webinars are being organized to enhance our knowledge and implement it in the classroom. So please use all these learnings inside your classroom and make sure all the students are able to achieve their learning outcomes, and we are serving the best quality of education to all of them. Thank you so much, and see you all in the next webinar.